So the previous video went over validating user input you get from the command line, but sometimes you might want to validate user input when you ask them questions. So if we go back to our pizza script, recall I ask them if they like pizza and I read their answer, and if they don't answer yes or no, I just say you did not answer yes or no. But what if I want to force them to answer the question the proper way? So let's go first off, see what happens if we run it without answering yes or no, just to refresh our memory. Do you like pizza? You didn't answer yes or no, which in this case is a reasonable response. But imagine a scenario where you write a script to ask the user some questions, and they've input a fair amount of data, and then you get to a point and they answer a question and they didn't answer it the way you expected, and you just exit your script. They're probably going to be pretty annoyed because then they're going to have to run the script again and input all that data again. So we can use a while loop to validate that input. So in this case, while $pizza answer not equal yes, or $pizza answer not equal no, ask them again. It's pretty much if they don't answer yes or don't answer no, we're going to ask them again, and then we're gonna keep going until we get a yes or no answer. So let's go try this, see if it works. Do you like pizza? It's a yes or no question. It's a yes or no question. So yes, I like pizza. Oh, it asked me again. Let's try no. So yeah, so that's kind of messed up. So I know what the problem is because this messes me up all the time. We need an and condition right here. We need for answer if the pizza answer lowercase not equal yes, or pizza answer lowercase not equal no, it's going to keep going. So if it equals yes, then it's not going to equal no, and if it equals no, then that also matches the not equal yes criteria. So we need it to be and. So we need for pizza answer to not be yes and not be no. So that's just a little logic thing that messed me up when I first did this, so I figured I'd leave it in there to show you. If you put an and or an or and you're using nots and it doesn't work the way you expect, maybe try swapping the and to an or. Kind of like when you're multiplying two negatives or two positives or positive and a negative. Sometimes you get the logic backwards when you're thinking about it. So do you like pizza? It's a yes or no question. Yes. You do like pizza. Great. Me too. What's your favorite topping? Pepperoni. So there we go. So we fixed the script to where now we force them to answer the question. But in this case, we're expecting one of two answers. Can we down here, can we force them to answer the question? So let's go back and see what happens if we do like pizza, but then we don't enter a topping. So yeah, the script didn't error. It says a blank line because I didn't do anything, and then it was supposed to print out what I don't like on pizza. So maybe I don't care what they answer, but I want them to answer something. Well, we can put a while loop in to fix that too. So we'll go down here, and once we read topping and get the topping LC, we can put code in that says while some condition, we'll put the condition in a minute, do done. So we'll just do these three things again. 3. So we'll do those 3 things again. Echo you have to answer something. So do while we read the topping. So basically what we want to do for our comparison here is we want to do $topping LC, right? And we're going to use one of these string operators. -z checks as a string is 0, and -n checks as the string has anything in it. So in this case, if the string is 0, we want to ask again. So we're going to put -z. So while this variable is empty, we'll keep asking. Do you like pizza? Yes. Great. What is your favorite topping? You have to answer something. Fine. Pepperoni. So that's my favorite too. So that's a couple ways we can validate the input we're getting from the user when we ask them a question. Um, one more comment. We have these 3 lines of code, and then we put very similar 3 lines of code inside this while loop. We could, in theory, just have the code inside the while loop. So this should work just fine. We have the while, Pete's answer not equal yes, and Pete's answer not equal no. Keep asking the question. So this while loop should run the first time without any issues. We ask. It should run the first time it gets to that code. It should still run through the while loop. So we can do this if we want to try to be a little more efficient. Do you like pizza? Yeah, it's a yes or no question. So we're telling them it's a yes and no question to begin with now. So they should answer with yes or no. But if they don't, you know, we'd be like, oh, it's a yes or no question. So that's just another simple change that can reduce the number of lines of code you have and still do the same thing. We do the same thing down here. We could get rid of these 3 lines since they're inside. Since they're inside that. Since they're inside that. Since they're inside this while loop here, we don't really need them up above that. Do you like pizza? Yes. Great. What's your favorite topping? Water. All right. So that's how we can use while loops to validate the input a user gives us if we ask them a question, and then force them to answer if they didn't ask what we were looking for.